Hi, hello, welcome back to my channel Attachments Things. Here we started SQL tutorials in which we have seen many topics. Now today we are going to see all about the union and how to use union, why to use union operator in SQL statements, and also group by operator and having a clause. We are going to see these three things here in this video. So before starting this video, one small thing. Subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon below to get notified each time when we upload new related videos, any tech videos or any series or tutorials we have started. You will get notified each time when we upload a new thing so that you will never miss any video of ours. So click the bell icon below after subscribing to our channel. And if your friends or colleagues who are learning web developer things from basic level, suggest this website, which is W3 School's website, which is very cool website, which have many features like title editor and quizzes and many more exercises are there for practice purpose also. So suggest our videos also, which will helpful them to get the things clear while not only by reading this website. You can listen to this website what we are discussing. We will tell you in a brief manner and clear manner in a simple English so that you can easily understand what the text which are in the website. So parallelly practice with the website open and do the things parallelly by watching our videos, so that will help you at great extent. So let's start our tutorials. We have a previous parts for this tutorials. Please go through those videos before starting this video, so that it will help you to get the basic things clear before going to this union operator. So watch those videos and let's start this video. Next, SQL Union Operator, which is a normal operator which we use in SQL like other operators. Like Union Operator is used to combine the result set of two or more select statements. Like we have a select statements to get the particular number of data or retrieve data, we use this select statement. What if you want to combine two select statements, like one data is getting from one table and another data is getting from one table? To want to combine to those two select statements, what we can do? Yes, we can combine those two select statements also by using this union operator. This union operator is used to combine select set of two or more select sets, not only two but more than of select sets we can combine by using this union. This union, every select statement within union must have same number of columns. The number of columns of two tables which you are going to combine by the select statement within the union should have the same number of columns. This is the one point which you have to remember while using with union. And the columns must have similar data type, like no two columns with no different columns with different data types. The number of columns should be same and the data types should be same. And next column in every select statement must be in the same order. The order of the columns should be the same. In the same order we have to be like that. So then only you can use this union operator in the select statement to combine these two select statements. Here is the syntax. You can see union syntax. We have a select statement, select column from table 1, which we generally know. Until now we have many practices of many select statements. This is a normal select statement, and we have to union right here and another select statement which we are combining these two things, and then you have to give the semicolon. That here the command ends, that the union is combining these two select statements. Here this is the normal syntax. Union all is also is there, which is union all is the operator. Union operator selects only distance value by default. Like union you are giving, then it defaultly takes the distant values only. It doesn't give the duplicate values. To allow duplicate values also in your output, to combine these two selected statements which are having duplicate values also, then you have to use this union all. Like everything you have to union, like all union all we use instead of union, whereas union gives only the distant values by default. It doesn't give any duplicate values. By using union all keyword, or we can say operator, you will get all the duplicate data also from these two select statements as an output. So column names in the select sets are always equal to the column names in the first select statement. The two select statements we should have the same column number of columns, and the data type should be same, and they should be in the same order. So you have to keep it in the mind. This three things while using with the union or union all. And we are using here it's customers table and supplier table. Customer table is having customer ID, customer name and contact name, address, city, postal code and country, where suppliers table having supplier ID, supplier name, contact name, address, city, postal code and country, right? Now let's see the example to get more clarity. This is a normal SQL statement where which is returning the cities only distant values, because we are using only union, so it is giving only distant values from both the customers and from the suppliers table. We are combining both customers and here suppliers table by using this union operator. But not only every column, we are just combining this city column from both the tables, and we are ordering by city. Order means sorting by city in a ascending order, because we didn't mention by default take ascending order. So this is the thing. We can skip this order by, or we can write. No need of compulsory for this sorting. If you are necessary, you can sort. Like we are combining these two and writing in a single table. Like you can also delete this order by, and then also you can get results, but not in a proper order, like alphabetical order. You will get in a different order. Like they are combining the things. So likewise, you will get the outputs by using with union. Or let's say another example of union all. If you some note point, you have to remember that if customers and suppliers have the same city, each city will only be listed once, because union selects only distinct values. Like if now we are going to use union all, this union all also select the duplicate values. If one is the repeated, if one more city is repeated, then it will give the repetitions also. Like see this example, then you will get clarity on that. Like here is the example of which we are using union all and order by city. The same example, but only the union all is different. Like we are getting 120 records of all countries, which are Berlin is repetition is there. We can see here, and so repetition will be allowed. Like duplicacy will be kept like union all by using union. Or we don't want that to duplicate elements, and you can go through here. And you can see 94 elements is only there here with by using this union. Or otherwise, if you go with the union all, then you will get more number of elements, which is a duplicate also, like 120 elements we are retrieving. So this is the difference between union and union all. The only thing which you have to remember is union will retrieve the only distant elements, not the duplicate elements, whereas union all will retrieve all the duplicate elements from all. It will combine whole columns or values from both the tables. Okay. Now we have a union with where class. Not only with the order by, we can also use where class while we are using with union. The following SQL statements returns the German cities only distant values from both the customers and suppliers. Yeah. Here, where the city and country name from customers we are retrieving. Where country name should be Germany. Okay, union. This is the select statement up to here, where we is included in this select statement only. Next, we are unioning with the city and country from suppliers, where country is Germany. Here also country from Germany. I'm getting the city and country. I'm combining these two select statements and ordering by city. So let's see the outputs. Then you will get clarity. Like I'll get countries only from the Germany's only. Like city will be different from the countries will be Germany. You can see all the countries are from Germany only. And the order by, we have made order by city, like A, B, C we are getting in a order. So order by we can use, and where class also we use while we are working with union. Okay. So that is the thing we have to remember. Next, union all also we can give that where, then you will get duplicate elements also, like Germany and the same country repeated. If one Germany and country and more repeated, then you will get repetition also. Like here you can see Berlin is two times, and Germany. Like here you can see the repetition is allowed. So if you want that repetition or duplicate elements also in your list, then you can use union all. Otherwise, you can go with the union only. Like another example, you can see with the union. Here is the example, which is the SQL statement select list all the customers and suppliers. They are getting the all the list of customers and suppliers. Here we will run this particular thing. Let's see. Here I'm getting a customer as type. I'm getting a customer as type, contact name and next city and next country from customers, and I'm unioning select suppliers I'm getting, and contact name, city, country from suppliers, and suppliers I'm getting these things, and from consumers I am getting this. Let's run this particular statement. Here you can see the type customer name I am typing as type, and I'm getting contact name, I'm getting city, and I'm getting country from the customers and also from the suppliers. Okay. So these are the things. getting outputs, right? And next type is the heading, and next we have type may be supplier or type may be customer we can have here. So this is the example which you can go through and practice, go through this website and practice parallelly. You will get same website and same example, so that will be better for practicing purpose. As you notice that as type above, it is an aliasing name. Here I am giving aliasing name for the customer as type. Given is a table or a column temporary name. Aliasing name is a temporary name which we have discussed in the SQL aliasing and everything we have discussed there. Go through that video, which is a very useful video of aliasing, which we use mostly in our SQL statements. Is aliasing, and aliasing only exists for the duration of the query. It doesn't, it will be affect the database or any data. It will just be on the temporary purpose only. Up to the duration of that query it will exist. So here you have created a temporary column called name type. Yeah, we have created as aliasing as type for the customer, and that list whether the contact person is a customer or a supplier. Maybe the customer or supplier, it will take that as a type form only. Okay, you have seen example that I think you get clarity on that. And next we have another more thing called group by statement. What is meant by group by and why we use this group by? Group by is a statement which groups rows that have the same values into a summary rows, like find the number of customers in each country. Like group by statement is a rows grouping the rows that have the same values. Why we make groups? Like if you are under the same thing, then you can be a group like that we will do now. So likewise, grouping the same values of in that row will be called as a group. So group by statements will help us to find the number of customers in the same in each country. Likewise, we can group them. Like group by them statement is often used with aggregate functions. I have seen many aggregate functions in the previous thing, like min function, max function, count function, sum and average. While using these things, we are grouping the particular similar values. Like we are grouping, then we have to use this group by statement with this aggregation function. If there any aggregation function is there, then you have must use this group by statement. To group is select set by one or more columns. Like to group that particular aggregation function with the other select set of one or more columns. Like you can see this syntax, and you'll get clarity. Like I am giving that select columns names from table where I have given condition, and group by I have to give that column name first of all, which I want to group, which is in the select one, and next order by that group name. This is a normal sentence. If you have any aggregate function, you can include that in the select function. You have to group by not that aggregate function, and other than aggregate function, what are the columns you have mentioned in the select, you have to give it in the group by. Let's try this example, then you will get a clarity on this. This is a normal syntax we have to use, like select from table name where condition you can give, and group by that columns which you want to group, that columns you have to write, and order by which column you can write that column name. And next have a demo which are using a customers tables only. Let's try this example to get more clarity. Like this is the SQL statement which lists a number of customers in each country. Like list of customers, now we are using customer ID will be different, and different for different customers we have this customer ID. So I'm counting that how many customer IDs will be there, and along with that I'm printing country also from customers tables. I'm grouping what here other than aggregate functions which are used in select, the column names which we have to group by. So grouping by country. So let's try this example. Less 21 records are there where the count of customer ID is here, like country name is here. How many customer IDs is three customer IDs with that country name, and we are grouping that by country. So like this example will be like this. Like if you use any aggregate function, you don't want to group that, the other thing which is have to be column mentioned, you have to be write that by group by. Okay, this is the thing we have to remember. This is a basic note we can bluntly remember why we use group by, like the things. Here we have listing a number of customers in each country in a sorted high to low value. This is nothing but descending order. So simply same example, or count customer ID and country from customers table, and group by country. Order by we have to write that by order by how we are writing. We have to order that count customer ID in a descending order. So that count customer ID, and that will be in the descending order. So you will got outputs like this. Like descending order from 13, 11, I'm getting into the smallest digit, high to low, and next continuums I'm getting. So the count of that countries will be that the customers from that country will be 13. Likewise, we will get the results. And next, we have another example with the demo table called database, which is orders tables and shippers table. We are using two tables, and we can write this group by with join also. Here is the example. You can see the example, which is which are listing the number of orders sent by each supplier. Like select suppliers dot suppliers name and counting. Here I am using join, so I have to use this aliasing naming also. So shippers in the shippers table, I am using shipper name, and the counting that orders from the order tables order IDs I am counting, and as that I am printing that count one as number of orders. I am giving a name, aliasing name for this. So as I am using from where I am getting this thing, from orders I am getting this thing. And next we are joining by using the left joining, and left joining I have to give from orders tables, and left joining with the slippers. On what condition I'm adding the same, we have the slippers ID in orders tables, and the slippers tables is a common matching thing. So we have to equal those things. Orders dot shipper ID is equal to shippers dot shipper ID, and group by shipper name we have to give. Like other than the thing which we have used here in the select, I have to mention that thing in the shipper name. So bluntly remember, when we are writing group by, if you have used any aggregate function in your select statement, so you have the other columns which are except that aggregate function which you have included in the select statement, that should be included in the group by, followed by group by keyboard you have to write. So this is a basic example which we have used by group by along with the joins. Everyone got clarity? Like first what we have done, we are printing shipper name, which is from the shippers table. And next what we are doing, we are printing the count of orders IDs, that is which in the order table. So orders dot order ID, that the count of that. I'm not giving that this name as a top heading, but I'm giving aliasing name, which is a temporary name for this, which is the order of a number of orders. We don't have to give spaces, then you will get syntax error. If you want to give space, you have to use that which is square braces or parentheses, we can say. If you use this parentheses, then it will won't give any errors if you give spaces also. So either you have to give aliasing or not, it is your wish. So I'm going to run this particular thing. I'm getting 3 records on this where slipper IDs will be matching, and slipper ID will be matching, and the count of orders as the number of orders I'm getting, and the shipper names I'm getting. So if I remove this aliasing name also, you will get the same things, but the heading where number of orders will be gone, you will get count of orders dot order ID. So this is the example which we are telling. So if you want to give aliasing name, then you will can give here as number of orders. If you don't want to give braces, it's also fine. Then you have to remove the spaces here, like number of orders I have given, and you can run this particular thing. You will get same thing with the heading will be different. So left joining we are using irrespective of left joining. Always know that left data will be printed if there any matching data in the right, that will be printed. So like this will thing will happen with the joins. We have seen in the previous video what is meant by join, what are the different types of join we have. And next you can practice through this test yourself website, which are having many questions. So practice yourself, so you will get more clarity on these things. And next we are having this SQL having class. What is meant by having class? Having classes was added to the SQL because where keyword cannot be used with aggregate functions. If you are using any aggregate function, group by, then we can't use that where class at that places. So instead of where, we have to use this having class. Okay. Uh, like aggregate functions is nothing but min, max, count, and those things, right? Like select select the columns, and from table name, where condition, group by, and having order by. Let's see this example. जाओ Here, this is the example. And next we have a demo for this. We will try this one example, then you will get clarity. Like select statement is there from table name, where condition you have to specify. And after group by, if there is any aggregate function we are using in the particular string, we can't use this where. So we have to write a having. For that we have to write the condition followed by the having a keyword, then followed by the condition, then order by we have to write. Let's see an example by using this customer table. And here is the example. Let's try this. Yeah, what they are asking, what they are doing is nothing but selecting the count of which is an aggregate function of customer id, comma, we are printing that country also from what, from customers table, and we are grouping that thing by country, because the aggregate function we have using the other column which are nothing except that aggregate function, we have to include that thing in a group by. So country name and country a column, group by country column, and having for that what you have to write for count customer id is there na. So for this aggregate function we can't use where, we can't write where here. You can see you will get an error where count is greater than customer id. This is an aggregate function, right? For that aggregate function we can't apply condition by using this where. I'm running this particular thing. Here you can see couldn't prepare statement where for a syntax error. Syntax error will come. So whenever you are writing any condition for the aggregate function, you have to use having. So that is the use of having, or you have to give like this. Like we will get outputs. Like where we can't use while we are working or applying condition for the particular aggregate function. So that is the use of having class. So I think everyone got clarity what is meant by having. And next we have another example, like SQL statements to list number of customers in each country sorted to high to low, only includes the country with more than 5 customers. So they are asking about the conditions which having more include customers with more than 5 countries. So let's try this example. Here asking for the count of customer IDs and countries from the customer, and grouping by the country name, which is not aggregate function of the included column. So I have to give that column name. And next applying condition for not count which is more than 5, we have to get the data. So aggregate function we have to apply in the where condition. So we can't write when aggregate function is applied where. So we are using having count of customer ID is greater than 5, and they are asking to order from low to high. So we are using this descending order based upon the count customer ID. So with aggregate functions we can use this order by, so no problem. So order by customer ID, I'm running this particular step, I'm getting outputs of 5 records where count order is descending order, which is high from low, and which is having only customer ID count will be greater than 5, only 5 greater than 5 only getting, we are getting from 7, not from the 1 and 2 count id customer ids. I'm not getting those things. So likewise you can perform any operation or any condition we can also apply by you're using any aggregate functions also. We can apply conditions with the aggregate functions also by using this have keyword. Okay, demo table orders and employees. So we're having another example with having. Here is a select employees dot last name, and we are counting employees ID as giving aliasing name as number of orders from orders tables. We can also do examples with having by using with joins also. So everything we can include at once. No need to give if you are using these things and you can't use these things. They are not like that. The list of employees that have registered more than 10 orders. Which employee have registered more than 10 orders? I'm going to print. So we have to first join both the tables. Like only data which are not present, employee data and orders data is not present in one table. So we have to add both the tables. So adding purpose we are doing this employee data last name and these things we have added, like up to here inner join or what condition we are joining up to here. Okay, next what they are asking, we have to list the more than 10 orders. We have to count the orders, right? For the particular employee we have to count the orders. So we have to use this count aggregate function, count of orders dot order id. Then you will get count. I am giving aliasing name to this. So whenever you are using aggregate function, your select statement, other than aggregate function, what the column you have included in that select statement, you have to include that by followed by group by. So group by last name I have written, and next what they are asking to get more than 10 orders. First we are counting, we are not checking that our RLCs will be 10 or more than 10 or not. For the checking purpose, what we have to do, we have to write a condition. So we are how can we add the condition for that aggregate function? By using this having keyword. Having count of orders dot order id is greater than 10, then you have to print the particular records which have registered more than 10 orders. So this is the output which you have getting. Number of orders which are greater than 10, we are getting from 11, 27, and these are the last names of the employees from the employee table. Like to add more two tables, we have to use joins, no other option for that. So these are the joins along with the having keyword. And you can also use this list of employees which are from these names you have to register, which have more than 20 orders. Only from these name I have to get. So based upon the condition where we have to use where class, and they are also for the count also should be 25, more than 25. Then you have to use aggregate functions and also normal conditions. So we can use where and having at a time. Like here is the example. Like we have selecting last employees and the count of that orders as this thing aliasing name, and from orders, and we have to join these employee IDs and orders based upon this employee ID from both orders tables and employees table. And next what they're asking, asking for last name should be these two things only. So we have to write where condition with the two conditions for last name either with this or that. Then after we have using aggregate function, then we have to write group by other than the column which we other than the aggregate function which we have used in the select statement. And next what they're applying for more than 25 orders, the so count of what we are doing with the order id. So that we have to check that count should be greater than 25. For the aggregate functions, we have to apply condition. We have to using this having one. So having count of orders dot order id is greater than 5. I'm going to run this particular step. I'm getting this particular outputs, like one only getting which are orders greater than 25 is the 29 one, and last name which is from the two selected Fuller and David Lowe. So this one output is getting from that. So we can specify any condition here, or we can give count should be greater than, or on count also we get conditions on some. Not only count, we can give any aggregate function like average also give, we can give min maximum or sum or average. These are all aggregate functions we can use at the time of any aggregate function. If you want to apply any condition for the aggregate function, we have to using this having keyword instead of where. We can't apply there, which will throw you a syntax error. And next we have one more thing called exist operator. What is meant by exist operator? We will see in the next video. So stay tuned to our channel. So next video will be of this existing, and any all these type of things will come in the next video. So stay tuned and subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon to get notified each time when we upload a new video. Share these videos to your friends or colleagues who are learning these basic SQL things. That will help them most. Like this video if you like this, give a big thumbs up below, and if you have any comments, feel free to comment in the comment section. So that's all for today. Thanks for watching.